What is up, guys? What's going on? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Yak Pack Outdoors. And do I have some news for you guys today? So I was recently scrolling on Instagram, and one of the guys I follow, he posted a picture of something that I thought was very interesting. Saw it on Tackle Warehouse. So of course, I had to head right over to Tackle Warehouse and I checked it out. Shimano is going to be releasing this is a Curado K, all right? Shimano is going to be releasing the Curado K, but in a DC version that is going to be a lot easier to obtain rather than something like this. Now this is a Shimano Scorpion DC. I bought this reel last Christmas on eBay. Now this is a $300 reel, and it's the whole eBay buying process. You never know if you can really trust the seller or not, but Shimano, I think, caught on to that, and they're like, hey, there's this DC thing going around. Everybody loves DC. Everybody wants a DC reel, or a lot of people do. So they're designing the Curado K to be a DC. They're putting the whole digital control inside of the Curado K. And guys, I'm telling you now, I could not be more excited for this. Now, one thing I'll say really quick, just if you're new here to the channel, well, let's say two things. If you're new here to the channel, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button, and if you decide to do so, go ahead and thumb punch as well the little bell. Turn those notifications on so that way you can get notified every time I upload a video. And the next thing being, I'm not sponsored by any rod or reel company. So what you see on this channel, what I say on this channel as far as rods and reels goes, if I think it's good, I'm going to tell you I think it's good and it's worth buying. But if I think it's bad, I'm going to tell you exactly that. So you don't have to worry about me, being dedicated to one specific brand and, always throwing that down your throats and pitching that to you. So on this channel, you don't have to worry about that. But if you guys are not familiar with what digital control is or what it sounds like, everybody loves that DC sound. This is what it sounds like. Alright, so I'm actually going to link a video both right here and down below in the description where I did a comprehensive review of my Scorpion DC reel. So as soon as you finish this video, go check that one out, and it'll better explain what a DC is. But digital control, that in a nutshell is a little teeny tiny computer inside of your spool. So when you cast, everybody knows when you throw a bait caster, you kind of got to keep your thumb on the spool to keep from backlashing or to keep that line from going crazy. With a DC reel, you don't have to do that. That little chip, that little computer is going to control your reel at 1/1000th of a second. So that's every almost, quarter millimeter of a turn. It is basically, that chip is telling your reel what it needs to be doing to prevent from backlashing. Now, can you backlash a DC reel? I get made fun of because, yes, I've absolutely done it. But nonetheless, that digital chip it greatly benefits people when it comes to extremely long casting. For example, let's say you're throwing a crankbait or something like that, a deep diving crankbait, and you got to get really, really far out to get that maximum depth you're looking for. That DC reel is absolutely going to help you out. And like I said, guys, if you want to see an in-depth comparison and casting, comparing that, this reel right here, the Shimano Scorpion, what this Curado K is basically going to be, I'll put it to you like this. I can throw a weightless Senko on this just as far as I can throw almost a 1.5 ounce swim bait. Like, that right there is insane. It automatically compensates. Like, it took me less than, a minute and a half to dial in that Scorpion DC. And once I dialed it in, I've never had to make an adjustment to it whatsoever. The only adjustments I make on that reel is the drag. Do I want to use, do I want to crank it down or do I want to loosen it up a little bit? That's literally the only adjustment I've ever had to do with that reel. And it has never let me down. One of my absolute favorites by far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know a couple details on the Tackle Warehouse. Also, I'll link this reel right down below if you guys want to directly just go read it for yourselves. The link will be right there. But it's actually going to be one of the most affordable DC reels. So it looks like it's going to come in 3 different gear ratios. You're going to get a 6.2 to 1, 7.4 to 1, and an 8.5 to 1. Those specific gear ratios, in my opinion, those are perfect. Those are literally, those are the gear ratios you're looking for when you're looking at bass fishing. Each gear ratio fits its own style of or presentation of what you are throwing at the moment. Looks like it's going to come in both left and right hand retrieve, and it's saying right here that it's expected. Basically, it's for pre-order right now. but its expected arrival date is going to be in the fall, sometime this fall. So there's no real hard date set on it yet. Another thing it's looking like it's going to have a 150 size spool. So the Shimano Curado 150 DC is what they're going to be calling it. So with that 150, basically meaning instead of the Curado 200K, like what this is right here, you know, what this really is, this is a 200 size spool. Basically different size spools means, you know, the smaller the number, the smaller the spool is. But with that 150, you're right there in the middle of my Scorpion DC is a 100 size. And trust me, guys, I got plenty of line on that, absolutely plenty of line. And that 200, the 200 size, obviously a little bit bigger, so they're going to meet themselves in the middle with that 150. All right, guys, so with all that being said, I'll go ahead and let you guys know now, the Shimano Scorpion DC and the Shimano Curado K, both are absolutely phenomenal reels, in my opinion. I've had nothing but success with these. I've never had an issue with them. Now, the only thing that I can say about the Curado K is when I first got it, it took me, you know, usually it'll take me 5 to 10 minutes to get a reel like dialed in to my, you know, specific likings. But this one, it actually took me probably on the better side of 2 weeks or so to get it dialed in. You know, I put 10-pound line on it, 12-pound, 15, 17, all fluorocarbon. And then I was talking to my buddy Trey, and he said, hey, you need to throw braid on that if you really want to get it dialed in right. And then, you know, you can switch from there. So I was like, all right, let me try that out. So I put some braid on it. Did a little topwater fishing, a little popper fishing, stuff like that. And I didn't change the braid after that. You know, I absolutely love it. So I still rock the braid on it to this day. It's actually my frogging rod and reel. But the Curado K, nonetheless, is a absolutely phenomenal reel. And with that DC twist they're going to be putting on it, the Shimano Curado 150 DC is what it's going to be called, like I said. Guys, I'm telling you now, I'm absolutely going to have one. I have to have one. I'm a huge fan of the DC. The Scorpion was my first one, and guys, I cannot wait till this thing comes out. But with all of that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget there's a little red arrow right now pointing down to a red subscribe button. Go ahead and thumb punch that subscribe button, and while you're thumb punching stuff, go ahead and thumb punch that little bell. Turn these notifications on. That way you guys get notified every time I upload a video. And with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video again. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all next time.